Is there anything about your childhood that, like an event that happened or the way that you was raised that defined your personality today? So for example, when I was a kid, I was half Chinese, so I never fitted in. I was in an all-white school. And so I turned into this like little angry little man, like who needed to like prove himself all the time. Have you ever thought about that before?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was definitely easier for me than for you in that, because I was just like one of many of same kind, pretty much. I had like one moment that, or not a moment, but like what was all the way through my childhood was that I was always the youngest, pretty much.
In your year?
Yeah, like I got in school, and somehow I could read and calculate already. I guess my parents did a pretty good job on that. So I skipped one class and got up to the like 1 year older ones. And this is like where my friends were around. I have an older brother, and I was actually all like the best friends of my older brother were my sports mates. Like especially table tennis was like a crew I had. So my class was always 1 year older, and my best friends were mainly 2 years older. So this is what is like, I think, yeah, I'm looking for the English word for it, but it's like something that defines you as a person a little. I don't know in which way really, but it's just.
Are you saying it helped you grow up quicker because you was around more experienced people, or was it more challenging because you were younger and they looked down on you?
Yeah, I don't know even, like, I wouldn't agree with either one, but like kind of a mix. Like sometimes it's that, I mean, I had maybe not trouble, but like some trouble in those ages where, well, the boys get to men, you know, and I was like 2 years late, and I was like not developing very quickly, and they started like drinking hard alcohol. I remember some bad nights there, you know. I remember one 16th birthday of like my friends, and they're like, I got in late. I was, I don't know, 14 and a half or something. Like, hey, Steffen, you gotta catch up with that vodka orange juice here. Like, okay, you know, you cannot, like in that age, you want to be part of it. You cannot really say no, or you're not strong enough like to say like, no, that's not for me, I can't take it, you know. And I was like, okay. Yeah, that night didn't end too well, and I think I had a couple of those, you can imagine.
Yeah.
Maybe this a little, but it's like, and then like if you get over that point, then it's like you're part of like, was never, I mean, that's maybe defines me a little, to have it easy to get in touch with other people of all kinds, because it's not like, oh, this is my crew and I got nothing to do with the older guys or like from them, and like it's whatever.
But you mentioned about, you know, we have to do it because we want to fit in. We want to be part of the tribe. We don't want to be kind of isolated, and that's very true as when we're children. But it also enters our lives sometimes as adults. And I look at the poker industry, particularly high stakes poker, and these little groups of people. Have you ever felt like and suffered from imposter syndrome? Like, I don't think I belong here, and how has the need to fit in, how has that existed in your life as you've gotten older and got into poker?
That's a good question. That's a pretty big deal actually, because I mean, I love where I'm from. I still have very good friends there, which I would say is different for lots of the high stakes players. But they live, I mean, especially those guys living in Vegas, they live their life there in that way, right? For me, it's pretty much two different lives, if not even three. Like the online grind is different again, right? And then when I visit my parents' place, like hanging out, it's like traveling back in time 10 years, you know? And everything is the same. Like, and this actually, like one of the compliments I get that means by far the most to me is like from those old friends that tell me, Steffen, like it's sick what you're doing, but you're still the same. We got to know like 15 years ago.
Yeah. And
this means a lot to me. And I'm like, I tell like all my friends or everyone pretty much that this is what we are doing here is crazy. Like from my perspective, it's just crazy.
Right.
And it's definitely not my world. It's not my world going out, eating like 3-star restaurants every day, like being in a place like here, which is like for rich people. And I don't consider myself being part of it. Right? I enjoy it when I'm here because my job kind of gives it to me, but it's not my world.